5 hours ago. Yeah, 5 hours ago, I had you can see how messy my hair looks. I had a good sleep. Nowadays, I don't get to. Nothing. I was just about to watch some simple football news about some maybe later on. I'm gonna get some snack at home and Fabrizio Romano.
So they are moving in the sense of trying to understand what happens for Rashford. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Fabrizio Romano here as always to keep you posted on the transfer market. Today guys, we touch on Marcus Rashford, or mentioning Man United, Anthony, Chelsea, Margate and more. Let's jump into it.
Maguire. You say Maguire. Maguire. It's funny. It's, thought it was funny.
Updates, Marcus Rashford is one of the big topics, but let me start with Tottenham because today we have Son extends his contract at the club one more year, so basically
That's
Tottenham
good.
took the option they had in the contract to extend it.
I think 1 year.
Several records about Barcelona, but I can guarantee that despite that,
It's a
Barcelona didn't
disgrace.
get into any concrete. Son
You should
also
at
had
least give
records
him a
about
couple,
other Premier League
three,
clubs,
two
but
years
Son
with the
was always
talent that he
aware
got.
that Tottenham were never going to
I guess
make
it's
that and not to
expensive
take
now,
this
so that's why
close. The
it's
decision of the club
tough.
was already clear. They wanted to take the close. The relationship also between Son, his agents, and Tottenham for a year of
That's good.
contract, June 20. Rashford. Because Marcus Rashford, as mentioned several times, is going to be one of the big names to follow. 100% open, so there is still because we are not even in advanced stages of the player till the end of the season in the summer transfer window. But for January, there are some clubs who started moving for Marcus Rashford. Of the deal, planning for meetings,
So there are
planning
no
for
concrete
contacts to understand the situation of
clubs yet,
Marcus
but there
Rashford.
are people
So they
who
are
are
moving in the
pursuing.
sense of trying to understand what
That's good.
happens for Rashford and also how much could cost to let Marcus Rashford for the next 6 months on loan. Of course, neither of these clubs is going to sign Rashford on a permanent transfer now, but it's just for a loan. And these clubs are Borussia Dortmund, because Borussia Dortmund are showing a concrete interest in Marcus. With Jadon Sancho from Manchester United.
I say don't go to
transfer
Dortmund.
window, the relationship is very good, so move for Marcus Rashford. AC Milan, because they are looking for an
I say
offensive
Milan is
player,
good.
and so some contacts already took place, but Milan want to explore the eventual conditions of the deal. So it's ongoing. That's the point for these two clubs, Borussia Dortmund and Milan. What I'm hearing is that there are more clubs interested in Rashford, not just these two, so there will be further to understand how it's going to evolve. So Borussia Dortmund, Milan, and probably more clubs to join the hold this week.
Don't go.
Understand the situation
Don't
of
go.
Rashford to offer the opportunity.
No,
To
don't
spend
go to
6 months
Galatasaray.
as a crucial player there to Turkey and then go back to Manchester United in the summer. But my understanding is that Marcus Rashford doesn't want to proceed with this option now. Full priority to top five leagues in Europe. So with all respect to Galatasaray, at the moment Rashford is not advancing in these
And why has
competitions. Galatasaray
no
tried,
any
but are
team
willing
in
to wait
England
in case nothing happens for Rashford in the next
pursued
weeks. But at the
the
moment, nothing concrete with them. So let's follow the situation with Borussia Dortmund, Milan, and more,
they
and
might
let's see
win if they
what's
go
gonna
after
happen.
Rashford. I
And
guess
let me
it's
clarify something.
expensive, but
Why
still
Borussia Dortmund are so attentive to the wingers market?
figure
With
something out.
Aston Villa clear favorites, push they can feel January is going to be difficult to is more than strong. Premier League clubs, and I will enter into details as soon as possible, are really following closely the progress of Bana Gittens at Borussia Dortmund. So the club knows that probably they will need wingers because it's going to be this kind of potential domino on the market. And so keep an eye on many clubs monitoring Bana Gittens' progress, especially in the Premier League. My understanding is that the big Premier League to move for Bana Gittens to try to understand what's going to happen. So more likely to be summer, obviously, than January. January is going to be more than difficult, but it shows how Borussia Dortmund, okay, Rashford will be alone for January, but looking at wingers because they
Dortmund,
need to get
AC
a
Milan,
competition, and they know that for Bana
okay.
Gittens, the big clubs are coming. For example, my
Galatasaray don't go.
understanding is that several times scouts from Liverpool, scouts from Chelsea, and more clubs have been in attendance to follow Jamie. Something else, wingers, Anthony, today we had reports of Olympiacos in negotiations to sign Anthony. Is that deal, the deal is not advancing, the deal is not concrete, really window. So Olympiacos, as many other clubs, including clubs from Spain, from Italy, calling to understand the conditions of the Anthony deal, but Man United player, first of all, that would make no sense. And also my understanding is that from player side, Olympiacos is not considered a priority now. Yesterday, guys, an exclusive news Chelsea was about Mark Gahey, with Chelsea starting some internal discussions about the Crystal Palace centre-back. Then the news was everywhere in the following 24 hours. I can confirm once again Chelsea appreciation for Chelsea point of contact, because Chelsea have a recall clause into the contract of Trevor Chalobah at Crystal Palace, and so they could use that clause contract at Crystal Palace. Mention that Crystal Palace had no intention to lose Mark in the January transfer window. They appreciate the player, they explore this possibility. Easy. So let's move on the market. My understanding, once again, is for Chelsea. Call Chalobah if they go for a new one like Mark Gahey or anyone else, because there are other options in the list at the centre-back position for Chelsea.
Chelsea,
And in the offensive,
Chelsea has enough players in any position. Chelsea don't. In fact, Chelsea don't need to chase any player because they have enough players in there. If not in the first 11, if not in the subs, if not in the bench, then it's the youth. Chelsea has so much to buy anything, anything. Each and every transfer season, whether it's January or it's in the summer transfer, Chelsea are active. They are active buying and selling, especially buying. That it hurts me because back in the days I was in. If we are talking about England, I was a fan of Chelsea rather than Man United. Nowadays, you rather follow the news of Man United more. But even United are playing better, you know. I'm not a fan of City. I'm not a fan of Arsenal. I'm not a fan, but all these teams that I'm naming are very have big names in England, so they you tend to respect them. You know, City, Arsenal, Liverpool, who else? Like Tottenham. They are very big teams, but you have to respect them. You know what to expect when you are playing against them. But these two teams, the Blues, the Chelsea, and United, one of the biggest clubs in England. Yet their ways of operating into the transfer market is just they are the most luckiest, teams to just spend whatever, but what you are receiving back is nothing.
Mudrik, and let's see what's going to happen with Nkunku. Then we still don't know the position. We still don't know what kind of player Chelsea will eventually sign, but I can guarantee you that Chelsea are considering options at the centre back position and offensive players. And then Amad Diallo new deal is almost ready, so just the agents check with the lawyers, approve and sign, but it's just formal steps. The process is already started, and so Amad Diallo will sign a new contract at Manchester
That's
United.
good.
Great news for the club. And then Man United have added Patrick Dorgu to the list. He's a player who's been in the list of Tottenham and Chelsea. Chelsea for Strasbourg last summer. Then Lecce didn't want to sell the player. Milos Kerkez is a target. Bruno Mendes is
Mendes signing has been completed. If not today, I'm not sure. He didn't say anything about it, but I know Mendes is the only left back position that right now it makes sense if United have him, and considering he's probably one of the best young left backs in the world right now. So you have to go for him. But other than that, I think English clubs are buying and selling so much, but especially buying. And the sad part of English sides, they never receive much back from it. They like spending, 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 but what you're getting back is nothing. I remember times that some English clubs went to the Dutch competition or Serie A or many different competition, and then they're buying prizes. Like they really are spending for players, and what they are receiving back is nothing. Honestly, it's nothing. It's sad to see all these clubs, think like, hey, for that amount of money, you could have just get at least a couple youngsters in the club and make something out of it, and now you're growing. But people, I guess, if you have a name, you have to buy a bigger name. You have to, I guess, spend. You have to put so much. It's almost like you have to taunt your opponents that you have a certain package in your selection that they can uh, deal with, but you end up playing against your enemies or rivals, and you're losing with all that money that you have spent. Is less is and
all these stories. I wait for your opinion, guys. See you soon. Ciao.
interesting video about the latest Anthony leaving, a, a lot of things. And there is another video of some rapper who shot himself. I want to watch it, but I know what it's about. I'll watch it later. And deuces.